everyone, my name is Emily Burns, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on creating a virtual classroom with Google Slides and Bitmoji. So first I'm just going to do a short little tour of mine. So this is my virtual classroom. As you can see, it's in Google Slides, and this is geared toward kindergarten to first grade, kind of like a bridge to first grade. It's been changing throughout the past few months, and as the kids are progressing or the subjects are changing, different things like that, just go in, swap out images and videos, links. It's super easy and super beneficial. So each image I have here is linked to a video, and the video is embedded into Google Slides. So as you can see to the left, all of these different slides are videos that correspond to an image on here. All of these on the bookshelf are read alouds. All the numbers down here, the videos correspond with numbers. Shapes right here, these posters are English and Spanish. So the video is either all Spanish or both English and Spanish. A bunch of different things like that. And here's an example I'll show you. When I click one of the images, a video, it will transfer to a different slide where the video is embedded. I've set it up so the video automatically starts where I want it to and stops where I want it to as well. And then in the upper left hand corner, you will see a little Bitmoji of me saying back to class, and that's how the students get back to this home page class, as I call it. So for example, if we want to do a book, as you can see, it automatically starts, and then the read aloud begins, and when it ends, the students can just go back to class, and they are, again, back here. Something I wanted to point out before we go ahead and create our own is the daily mindfulness. That's super important whether we're in the classroom or away from the classroom, distance teaching, remote teaching, all of that. So for this one, I actually embedded a few different videos on that one slide. So the kids have different options to choose from, and it keeps it engaging and fun. And when they have a choice, they really like it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and create our own classroom together. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that we have the Bitmoji Google Chrome extension. So I'm just going to search Bitmoji Google Chrome. And then as you can see, it'll pop up, and right here it says remove from Chrome, but that's because I already have it. For you, it will either say like add to Chrome or add extension, and then you'll just put in your email and password that's connected to the Bitmoji, and then it will do its thing and pop up at the right here. So once that is done, I'm going to do File, New Presentation. I'm going to title it, and then I'm also going to change this slide right here to just a completely blank slate. I'm going to do that by New Slide, Layout, and Blank. Then I'm going to go ahead and just delete this so we don't have to worry about deleting all the different text box and things like that. Alrighty, so now that we're set up, we have completely blank slide, nothing here. The first thing that we're going to do is insert a background. So we're going to go Background and choose Image for this. You can also change the background with a different color, and that's what I did over here with all of my videos. I just made the background completely black so you don't see a space of white over here. But for the actual home classroom page, I did that background a little differently. So we go to, again, we were on background. Now I'm going to go choose image. And these are all the different options you have. For this, I'm going to do Google image search, and I'm going to type in wall and floor. Now, as you can see, all of these different options pop up, and you can either double click or just select it and hit insert, and it will show up, and then you can look at it and think, okay, whether I like this or not, do I want to change it? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go back, and instead of tapping background up here, I'm just going to right click, go down to change background, and the same options appear. I'm going to look through this, see if there's any that I like, I don't. Let me check this one out. Great, this seems to fit. However, I want it to be a little more colorful because you want the classroom to be fun and engaging, but you don't want it to be too distracting and overwhelming either. So I'm going to go, you can do insert image, search the web, and it brings it up over here. Or you can just do right here the little insert image icon, search the web, and it brings it up here. So I'm going to search wallpaper because I want to add some more color. And again, remember we were talking about you don't want it to be too hectic and overwhelming. Like, this is pretty, and I'm pretty sure that the kids would enjoy it because all that's going on. But then you see it right here, and you're like, okay, that's just going to overwhelm them and confuse them. So let's go ahead and choose one that's fine. I'm going to go with this. Again, you can select it and drag, select it, insert, or double click. And then I'm going to adjust this to the wall so it looks like it's the wall. It's the wallpaper. So just go ahead and adjust it the way you want. And now you have this. I have my wall and my floor. So now I'm going to add the details to my classroom. I'm going to go to Insert Image, search the web, and we're back here again. Always, always, always put transparent before your searches, because then it'll make sure that the image doesn't have anything in the background. So for example, I'm going to do transparent rug, and it shows all of these different options I have. As you can see, so many different choices. I'm going to go ahead and do this one because it's red and it matches. And then again, just adjust it, move it around however you want. It actually seems to fit pretty well right there. So now let's say if I want to add a whiteboard, spelled incorrectly, but that's fine. And there you go. You have your whiteboard. Again, just adjust it however you want. Say if you want it right here, it doesn't matter. Just whatever fits, your liking and how you picture your virtual classroom to be. I'm going to go ahead and do one more search of a bookshelf just to show one more thing. So you have more options here. You can do shelves that already have books on them or blank shelves spaces. I'm going to do this one right here. This is the one that I did in my classroom over here. And then I add my own books to it. So just for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy this, Command C, just going to copy that really quickly to show you. So now we're back to the classroom that we're creating. I'm exiting out of that for now because we don't need it. And I'm adjusting the bookshelf how I would like it to look. So now that I have it, say right there is how I want it. And again, we can move it anywhere we want. I'm going to just paste the image that I copied over here of the book, and now say this is a book I want on my bookshelf. We will just adjust it and adjust the image of the book or the bookshelf itself to make it fit and look realistic and all of that. So now I have some details. We did the background, the wall and floor. We added some color, and then we're adding more details. Next, I'm going to add my Bitmoji to that. So up in the right corner, we have this little icon, and just click it, and this will pop up. Now we have all these amazing options and different choices, but if we want to just have us without any words, we type in pose at the top, and here we are. So many different options, and then at the very bottom, it has your Bitmoji with the words that you typed in for options as well. Let's say I just want this one. I'm dragging. I'm selecting and dragging. And here I am, adjust it the way I want. Anything, shorter, bigger, all of that to make it look realistic. And then if I wanted her, say if I wanted over, well, it doesn't matter where, but say right here, we can go to arrange, rotate, and then I can flip it horizontally, vertically, rotate, all of that. So say if I wanted it like that, there we go. Again, arrange, rotate, and flip and rotate, whichever one you want. So there's that option if you need to do that as well. So you have the basics of that. I'm not going to add any much more detail for the sake of time. Here are some examples though that I do have of other ways that you can do it. I've added clocks, plants, bean bags with me sitting and reading. Here's a blank one, and then this next one I added details to it. The focus of this lesson was math. So I added math, myself hanging from a chandelier, and the kids thought it was hilarious. So right there, one way to engage them. Here's just a few more examples. and it can be whatever you want. This right here took me about 7 hours, so it's pretty time consuming, but it is really worth it because it's super engaging and fun for the students. Okay, so now we are going to embed a video into our slides. Right here on the left, new slide. Again, I'm just going to do blank. And then I'm going to go and find the video I want. For the sake of time, I've already found one. In Song About Insects. I'm going to do share down here. Copy. So now we have the link. And back to our Google Slides, we're going to do insert video. You can search YouTube right here. You can go to your Google Drive, or you can search by URL. And because I already selected the link here, that's what I'm going to do, URL. And there we have it. Select. Now, if I want to make format specifications and different things like that to the video, we want to make sure we have this video selected. And then over to the right is where I can say where I want the video to start, where I want it to end. So say if I want it to start 15 seconds in, 15 seconds, then I hit enter. And if I want it to end, 10 seconds sooner, enter, and there we go. Because sometimes we know it will say like subscribe to this channel and different things like that that aren't necessary. So you can just chop it the way you want it, and then you can also have the option of mute audio, autoplay when presenting. I'm just going to go ahead and do audio play or autoplay. Okay, and then as I mentioned, I'm going to change the background. Again, right click, change background to black. That way it just looks like the video is all there on the screen with no background change at all. Just like that. So now we have a video embedded like one of these, but we want to get back to the class. So I'm going to add back to class Bitmoji on here. Again, we're going to go to the top. Like I said, we can search whatever words we want. So I'm going to do back to class and choose, a fun one, maybe not the one that I'm shaking on the ground because I don't want to go back to class, maybe something fun. Hey, I'll do this one. Again, select and drag. Back to class. Now we want to link this to the home page so it takes them right back there. So we're going to select what we have, select our image that we want to be linked. We're going to do insert, go down to link and select that. Or you can just do Command K. And so now this gives you the option to paste a link, or right here, slides in this presentation, and that's what we're going to do. Slides in the presentation, we're going to go to the slide number 1, apply, and then I'm going to double check and make sure that worked. We're here. Yes, it worked. So now we need to find an image that we want to link to the video, something that corresponds to it. I'm going to do image search, search the web, transparent insect, because that's what it's about. And I'm actually going to do transparent insect clip art. And then you can see the difference of, what pops up, the clip art versus the realistic actual images. I'm just going to go ahead and do this butterfly. And we can place it anywhere, set it up however you would like. I'm just going to put it on the whiteboard for right now. And then same thing, because we want the students to be able to click the butterfly and have it go to this video, select the image, Command K, and slides in this presentation. The video is on slide 2, apply. Again, just double check, make sure it's the correct slide. There we go. It's all working where we want it to. It's starting, and back to class. So that's how we embed the videos into the Google Slides itself. If we want to link an image to something outside, like if we want to have the students click on, say, yourself, and then it will take you to their Seesaw page, for example, you could do that. Or if you want to just search like this, again, transparent, I'm going to just do Seesaw. And right there I have that. So I'm going to select that, drag it on over. I'm going to make the butterfly smaller, and I'm putting it over here, and it will still link to the video no matter where it is on the page. So say if I want the students to be able to come to my virtual classroom on Google Slides and then also be able to get to anywhere else on the web, for example, their Seesaw page, I have the Seesaw logo, Command K, and then I'm going to paste the link to Seesaw. So right here, if I'm doing we have right here the web. So I'm just going to select that, go back to where I was, insert that link, and apply. Now I'm going to present it, and it will take me to Seesaw, just like that. But now it's opening up a different page, a tab at the top to the Seesaw, and then the students can log in. If it's Class Dojo, whatever you're using, the students can go there and log in. They will have to close the tab, and then they're right back here. So that's such a great and easy way to do that as well. One thing that I'm definitely going to suggest, always, 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 when you are sharing your class, right up here in the URL, change edit to present. That way, when you send out the link or someone gets the link, you put it in or they'll click it and it automatically goes to presentation mode. And then they can, mess around, play around with it. Otherwise, when they enter the link, it will just show up like this. And then the students will have to present it themselves and all of that. So just change up here when it says edit, change it to present, and you'll have it like that. Alrighty, well, I think I've hit the most important points for this video at least. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at emily@burns.edu, or my Twitter handle is @teacherburns. Thank you so much, and I hope this has been helpful.